going to be. Right. Then the other point I want to mention here is with respect to the first chapter, we introduce the basic keywords telling that data as well as information. They are the two places that we have started our discussions. But are there people who joined today? You're on, right? But you check recordings, right? No. Notes. All right. How do you get the notes? From your friends? All right. Then okay, then majority of you are there. And then, but did you do ICT for all of us? But you have the wrong idea, right? You know that I hate people who did ICT for all of us. All right. Then, doesn't matter. Then, when it comes to the keywords, data and information, we said that these two are having similar meanings when it comes to our day-to-day life. But in the field of ICT, they are having two different concepts, two different meanings. Then how do we define data? Just to revise. What is a keyword to specify what data? Data having the word raw. Then they are the facts which are obtained having no any work, raw. And what is the keyword to specify information? Results. Right. So then information are results always. Whenever we manipulate data, we obtain results which are commonly called as information. Now you can remember that we took our mark sheet, right? And the price list, we had those common examples. Like the unit price is there, say that 20 rupees. And then I got the quantity as 5. Then we obtain the total to be paid by multiplying these two, making it as 100 is the amount I have to pay. So this is going to be a result. If so, is it data or information? It's information. Why it's a result? And to make this results, we make use of these figures. So then they are called as data. And can you remember I explained you about abstract model of what is that? Abstract model of data. What is that? The way the information has been prepared. Here we have information. Here we have process. Then data are submitted to the process and producing information. This is going to be called as abstract model of information. Right? Then by that time, the way the information had been prepared with the data is covered by the keyword called as abstract model. That's fine. Then last week we said some more details behind this data and information. We said that data are in two categories. There are two categories of data. One is called as quantitative data. Other one is called as qualitative data. What is quantitative? It's a raw fact where it has quantities included. Then it's a value where the quantities are represented. Right? Simply we say that quantitative data are just the unit price we said earlier. The quantities of the items, they are going to be quantitative where we can measure them purposely. And qualitative means, what is it? The data where we can't measure. So simply it is talking about features of situations, just like the color of the sky. Then when you go out and see the sky, we have a color, but can't say exactly what that color is. And I said you that smoothness. The surface is hard or soft, but can't say how hard it is, how soft it is. And they are going to be qualitative, representing a feature, not the quantities. Right. Then after that, we said about information. So with respect to information, we said that information are always results. Then these information can be good information or bad information? Is it? The information you obtain may be good or bad. If it is to be a good information, what are the features we expect? Yes, the information has to be accurate. Matakada? So here we have the price list, right? I said that unit price is somewhere like 20 rupees. The quantity I obtain is 5. Then I got the total to be paid as 219. Can that happen? But this is going to be a result obtained based on these two, but my result is wrong completely. The way I calculate is wrong. And it's not accurate, so it's not a good information. So if it is to be a good information, definitely it should be accurately processed. Further, what are the other features of good information? It should be relevant. So it should be relevant to your purpose, otherwise it's still not good. Reliable, another nice word. What is reliability? I said that. Trusted. The information has to be in a trusted manner where we'll believe it to continue our activities. Further, information has to be understandable. It should be in a level where we can understand that properly. So that's going to be one other feature. Likewise, we describe some features of good information. If one of them are not there, we say it as not good. That's the idea. Right. Then further, we said another important factor behind information, telling it as golden rule of information. Matakada? Yes. This golden rule specifies what? The value of information. Right? Then what it says is the value of the information reduces over the time. And the highest value of the information is obtained at the point where the information has been released or information has been accessed. At the time where the information has been accessed, that's the highest peak value. Then we say that this is going to be available in a graph. So this side will represent the time. This side will represent the value of the information. So value would be higher. This is the place where the information has been released. And along with the time, the value reduces, but it won't be zero. The final value will continue constantly. Right? So then this is what the golden rule of information. And value of information is proportional to what? Demand. We said that last class. Then what is demand? අපි සිංහලෙන් කියව මොකක් කියලාද? ඉල්ලුම කියලානේ. So how demanding the data is, it is valuable. So I took some examples as well. මතකද? When it comes to gems, so the gem is a small stone, right? Is it valuable? Oh, why it is valuable? Since it is demanding. Then when it comes to, now when you're walking along with the road, you may see some stones, right? Now this gem may be costing something like 50,000 rupees or even more than that. Now පාරේදී ගල් කැල්ලක් අහුවෙලා කියනවා මේක 50000යි ගන්නවකෝ. Will anyone give you 50,000 and get that stone? But if you have a gem and you are telling that this is 50,000, will there be people to buy that? Oh, it has a higher demand. Why is it? Whenever the demand is high, the value is obviously high. Then why gems are going to be expensive is one another story as well. Why? They are very rare. So rare objects has again higher value. Now, if it is rare, that is highly demanded. Now, this is a chain, right? This is very rare, so that it's valuable. Then since it is demanding, right? Since it is rare, it's going to be demanding. Since it is demanding, it's going to be with higher value. Right? But in our level, we just care about the demand and the value only. So value is high when the demand is high. That's fine. That's known to us. Then the next thing is, you can remember that we had some comparisons along with this, the graph. Right? Now, there we said that this is one event A, this is going to be one event B, this is going to be another event C. Then we had comparisons among them. So event A is complying with the golden rule or not? B, yes. C, seems not, right? Why? This edge is not going parallel. It seems to be reaching the 0th line. If so, it's not golden rule. It should go parallel to that. Right? Then here is not. Then we said that which event of these are having a higher demand? A, the B, the A. And he is the only one complying with golden rule. A has a higher demand since it has higher value. And the event B has started after the event A had been started. Timeline B is passing the starting of A. Right? Then you should be able to compare the events in a graph like this as well. Right? Then these are the things what we did up to now regarding our previous discussions. Right. Now we'll move on to the other part in our first chapter. Now, as I said on the last class even, still I am going slowly on these topics. Then the main thing is I want to take you into the correct track, right? One thing is I should bend you, I should turn you into my pattern. On the other way around, I should turn you into the A-level pattern. Then slowly I'll convert that. That's why I'm taking time. Now you are in the ordinary level mentality. So slowly I want to improve you. Right. Then the next thing, we go to another concept called as life cycle of data. Yes, life cycle of data. This is a work for the day. Life cycle of data. Right. What is life cycle? You learned that in your science, life cycle. How many life cycles did you learn? A lot, right? Life cycle of a frog. Then what is life cycle of a frog? The way how the life changes. Initially, the frog initiated as an egg. It must say, whatever the next level, whatever the next level. Then finally, they will with baka and finishing it. That's a cycle. Then this is a cyclic order. Cycle. Starting here, then do this, likewise. This life cycle is defined upon data. Now, in life cycle of frog, it says that initially how the frog is appearing. What will happen? What is the life cycle of data? Same. What will happen to the data cyclically? Initially, how would be the data? After that, what would be the data? After that, what would be the next level? Likewise, the cyclic order of data is represented by the life cycle. So simply, what will happen to the data initially? Like us, even we people. Now, we were born as small infants. Then after that, we start working. Then we go to schools. Then you will become adults, doing jobs, getting married. Then blah, blah, blah. And finally, you are dying, including myself as well. Okay, cycle. ඒ වගේ data වලට වෙන සිද්ධිය තමයි මේ කතා කරන්නේ. හරි. But in our life cycle of data, we have only 3 steps. මහා ගොඩක් නෑ. Right? So one step is data creation. Right. Then the next stage is data manipulation. Then the third step is removal of obsolete data. So then we create our data creation. After that, we do manipulation, working on them, and then a removal of obsolete data. What are the meanings of these steps? So this is called as a life cycle of data. Then we'll explain this, relate to some examples in detail. For the moment, you got a certain idea. So life cycle says that initially data will be created. You understand that. From somewhere it is being created. After that, data manipulation. What is manipulation? Simply. English. Manipulation means working on them. We play with data. Sometimes we utilize this data to make some valuable information. Working them, processing them. And after that, removal of obsolete data. What is obsolete? Outdated. Whenever the data are obsolete, outdated, do we need them further or removing them? Removing. And creating the next set of data for the next cycle. So then here's what the general idea. I'll explain that in detail. We'll see how it is. First of all, we'll go to a small note with the topic life cycle of data. There we light. Life cycle of data. In it will light. Life cycle of data. When a specific system, when a specific system is considered, when a specific system is considered, when a specific system is considered, it may handle data, it may handle data in order to, it may handle data in order to produce the expected, in order to produce the expected results in order to produce expected results in a cyclic manner, in a cyclic manner. So that the data, so that the data are changing, so that the data are changing from time to time, data changing from time to time during data changing from time to time during the processing, during the processing during the processing which is described using the life cycle of data, which is described using the life cycle of data, described using the life cycle of data. Right. Shall we take the steps? Data creation, manipulation, and removal of obsolete data. data creation, manipulation, removal of obsolete data. Right. Now, before going to the note, I'll try to explain these three stages using a particular system. You can understand this, right? Okay. Now, there are many people who did ICT for O-level thing. Okay, we'll see. Now, we know about the sales counters these days, the clothing counters. So, there we have the computer included. At the same time, this computer is connected to a barcode reader. Right? And sometimes this system is with a printer to prepare to print the bill. That's also there. Right. Then in order to process the bill, what is exposed by the operator working on the counter? Barcode printed on the item is exposed. Then the barcode is, you all know that, with dark stripes where they have different thicknesses available. They are of different thickness, but the dark lines are there. Right. Then this barcode, under these stripes, there's a certain number written in 7575 likewise. Then I'm asking, especially from the people who did ICT for O-levels, when this barcode is exposed, what will happen into the printer, the computer and everything? They will display the price of the item, name of the item, fine. Then what are stored or what are held in the barcode, which is printed onto the paper? What is represented by the barcode? Name of the item, price of the item, date of expire. Are they represented by the barcode or not? O-level people, ICT for O-levels, go. Barcode එකේ මොනවද represent කරන්නේ එතකොට? Will it represent the price of the item? Will it represent the name of the item or not? No. මදි. එහෙනම් මොකද කරන්නේ? ඒක මම කිය ඕලෝ කරපුවත් එක්ක හරි අමාරුයි කියලා මේක. දැන් කියපුවම මේක කොහොමද එහෙම කියන්නේ? ඉතින් ඕව හරියන්නේ නැහැ නේ අපි කරේ එහෙම නෙවෙයිනේ. බෑ ඉතින්. These are not stored in the barcode. එච්චරයි. තේරුම් ගන්න. නෑ. හා. මොනවද ඒකේ තියෙන්නේ එතකොට? Really, the barcodes are with black color stripes. These stripes are with different thicknesses. Thicker lines are there, thinner lines are there, thin lines are there, thick lines are there. What the barcode reader does is, reader is reading the thickness of each and every line. That's all. It can't read any number, anything other than that. This will read how thicker the first line is, how thicker the second line is. And based on the thickness, I'll just go for like that. These are the lines. If the first line is of 2 millimeters thick, next one is 1 millimeter, next one is 2.5 millimeter, like a thickness is read. And that thickness is mapping into an alphabet, a certain code. If the thickness is 2 millimeters, it may be representing the value 2. Thickness is 1 millimeter, it may be 1. 2.5 now 5. This is 4. Likewise, the reader is observing the thickness of the line and mapping that into the corresponding code. Ehena, barcode is representing a unique code only. Here we have a code. Normally, below the barcodes, some number is printed. You can see that. So that is the one represented by the barcode. Not the name, not the price. So in this case, it's 7575 is the one represented by the barcode in this pattern. And when this is exposed to the barcode reader, which value is read by the barcode reader? Price of the item or name of the item or 7575. 757. That's not the price. Say that this is available in a certain soap. This is really available in Lux. The price is somewhere like, I don't know the price. I may say that 150. I don't know. Right? So this is the detail. But will they be read by the barcode? No, 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 no. Barcode is reading only the item code 7575 is the value read by the barcode reader and put into the computer. So this is called as the item code. Then after putting that into the computer, should the computer represent 7575 or the price of the item and the name of the item? How can the name and price be obtained? ඔය මොනවා කිව්වත් bill එකේ name එකයි price එකයි වැටලා තියෙන item code එකක් නැහැනේ. Even the display available in the computer will display the name and the price of the item. How is it? That is with the help of a database maintained inside the computer. So this computer is maintaining a big database where that database is holding the details of the products available in the shop, including the item number or item code. Item code, name of the item, the price of the item. They are listed. Right? Then item code. What is item code? Now, the database available in the computer is holding the details of all their products, right? Not only Lux. Simply say that 3434. This may be a sunlight. Price may be 110. Then next one is 9696. This may be a toothpaste. Price may be 90 rupees. Then that product 7575. That is of Lux. Price is going to be 150. Likewise, not only these, all the products that they are going to sell are loaded here. Then whenever the barcode is exposed, the item code is read by the barcode reader and put it into the computer. Then the computer need to find the relevant price and the name of the item. How can that be identified? By comparing this particular value with the database. And now they will compare 7575 with the database. Can they find the item? Got it. Then once it is identified, what is the next action done by the computer? They will extract the price, name of the item and put them into the display, put them into the printer to complete their billing work. You understand that? Now they will extract the name of the item, even that means Lux, and the unit price. That's going to be 150. These are going to be extracted from the database and put them into the bill to complete the processing work. Right? Now the questions. Now you understand the order, how it is going to be. Then of this scenario, give me a list of data to be handled. මේ scenario එක data එකක් මට කියන්න. What are the data? This item code available in the barcode, is that identified as data or information? Data the information. Is that a result or something raw? Raw. It is available on the paper. We read it. Take a data. What about this unit price and the name of the item? Data the information. is going to be data or information? Raw or a result? A result. And by now, these two are going to be what? Information extracted by the process of searching the item. Now, did you understand that? In my previous example, somewhere I have told that unit price is going to act as data. Information, why this is going to be a result after the producing of the results. You are clear? Then can you map this scenario with the life cycle of data? In this case, is there any data creation to be taken place? Is there something called as data creation? What is the data in this scenario? Barcode. How that data be created into the computer? From the barcode reader. Now, barcode reader will create data, the first step. It's like first step data creation. So data will be created from the barcode reader. Say data will be manipulated. In our life cycle, data creation, that is done by the barcode reader. Data manipulated. Is there manipulation work going on by the system? What is manipulation? The item code read is going to be compared with the database and extracting the product name, unit price back into the system. And they are being displayed as well. Isn't that going to be a manipulation of data? අර data එක අපි manipulate කරන්නේ. ඒ data එකෙන් තමයි මේ ඔක්කොම හොයලා ගත්තේ. හොයලා අරගෙන විතර නිකන් හිටියෙත් නෑ. ඒ වගේ available details are extracted and put them into the necessary printout, display and everywhere. That's the manipulation part. Manipulation is processing the data to get the expected results. After that, what is the next step? Removal of obsolete data. Then after finishing that extracting of product name and the price, do I need to keep this data further in the system, or should we make the system ready for the next barcode to be read? We have to expose the next barcode name. Then the available data is removed from the system, clearing it, and get the next data to continue the process. Hope that you understood it. And now, data processing life cycle says with respect to a system, when we have a particular system, how the data are circulated among the cyclic code. Now you are clear, right? So then there are 3 steps of data processing life cycle. Now the things are clear to you how it is going to be, right? Then we'll you are clear now, right? Barcode reader will create it. Then the computer, database, everything will manipulate them and make the data removed from the system. So that the next barcode will be read and doing the same, manipulating it, removing it, and take the next barcode likewise. So, ඕනම system එකදී ඔය life cycle එක repeat වෙන එකයි වෙන්නේ. You understand that? Right? And then we write the next point. You had the drawing. After that, we write. Right. Then we'll have the keyword telling that data. Sorry, we'll explain these steps, right? Without the example, now you are clear. We'll have a sign say that data creation. And with a hyphen, right? What it is, right? Data creation. Then we'll write with a hyphen. Data creation. Then we'll write. Is the situation where is a situation where is a situation where the raw data is a situation where the raw data are is a situation where the raw data are created, comma, introduced, created, comma, introduced into the system. Created, comma, introduced into the system. Next point, into the system. Which may be using, a device or by entering the necessary data into the system, by entering the necessary data into the system using the keyboard, using a keyboard. Using a keyboard. Then we like the next keyword, data manipulation. With a star, data manipulation. Data manipulation. Under that light, the received data into the system, the received data into the system, the received data into the system is processed, received data into the system is processed in order to produce, the necessary information, comma, results. Information, comma, results. Right. Then the third step, removal of obsolete data. Removal of obsolete data. That will like, whenever the specific data processing, is finished, comma, the relevant data, whenever the, what is it? Whenever the specific whenever the specific data processing is finished, the relevant data, specific data processing is finished, comma, the relevant data are removed, from the system, making the system ready making the system ready for the next data, making the system ready for the next data to process. Making the system ready for the next data to process. Full stop and say, then the next cycle of the processing, can be started, with the new data to continue the cyclic order, You are clear, right? Then we'll explain that with respect to the question like this. Right? We like example then. Example. Consider a system runs in, a sales counter, to prepare the invoice, with a barcode reader, printer, a database, right, full stop. Then shall we take this drawing quickly? You understand this, right? Now this is the barcode of a piece of lux where the price is 150. Then that is being scanned by the barcode reader. Then this item code will be read, and that goes to the computer. That is going to be compared to the database where we have item code, name, price, and everything is there. So then once the matching is found, they extract the product name, unit price, and put them into the bill to finish the cycle. So this is what the cyclic order is. Takal මේක දාගමු දෙන්න. Then we write further. Now, after having this drawing, we write the barcode reader. We like based on this example, we'll cover the 3 steps, right? This example. Then under this example, we write the first point and say that data creation. And then write. After that, after drawing, we write data creation. And we write with the staff, with the hyphen, we write the barcode reader, the barcode reader is creating the data, barcode reader is creating the data within bracket item code. Barcode reader is creating the data, item code, close brackets, into the system. Into the system. That's a data creation. Next one, we write data manipulation. Data manipulation. There we write the data added into the system. Data added into the system within bracket item code. Data added into the system, item code, is processed by comparing it with the database to extract the price, command name, and to put them into the display and printer, Then all of them are called as data manipulation. Not only one word, everything altogether called as manipulation, right? We like further, still under the same point. All the above activities are commonly called as data manipulation. Then the last step, removal of obsolete data. There we like, after preparing the price, comma, name of the item, comma, the specific item code, within I say data. The specific item code, within I say data, is removed from the system, making the system ready for the next item to be processed. Hope that you are clear. So then that's going to be the next cycle. That's what the 3 steps in data processing life cycle, how it is applied into this bill preparation system. Right. Not only that, I'll just take one other example now, since we have small time. And again, I said you that the target of the first 2 units are to arrange the background of ICT. Right. Then this data processing life cycle can be told in any system, right? Not only the barcode reader. Whatever the system which is cyclically operating things, life cycle is applicable. Creating the data, using them and removing it, and take the next data. I'll take one other big example. You should know this, right? That's what I want to take this. Otherwise, I know that you people got what the data processing life cycle is. But I want to come up with this example explaining how it is. You people know well about air conditioners, right? Then it has a certain vanes here to give you cool air. Now, really, I want you to explain the activity of the air conditioner. How this AC is working. What is it doing, obviously? Cooling the room. How it is cooling? From where will it get cool air? It's the same air available in the room taking into the air conditioner, and inside the air conditioner, it will keep cooling and release the cool air. That's the objective. Room එකේ තියෙන air ඇතුළට ගන්නවා. අරගෙන මේකෙන් cool කරලා එළියට දානවා. Same air is circulating within the room. It doesn't take any other new air outside. This is an enclosed system. Then with the air conditioner, there's a certain number displaying. What is that? That is the temperature that we expect to maintain in the room. I said that as 24. Then in this situation, is there any data to be handled? To mention that data processing life cycle is applicable into this. Is there any data handling here? Air conditioner එකේදී? ඔය cases. Based on the case study, you should explain what the steps of data processing life cycle with respect to this event. You should know how this is working, right? Now, as the user, I am commanding the air conditioner, telling that 24. What is that 24? Commanding the AC to keep the room temperature with 24 degrees of Celsius. That's a command. About how it is going to be done. Say that it takes the air from the room, cool it and release it. If this is keep on doing, what will happen to the room temperature? Reducing or increasing or keep it the same level? Reducing, I make it ulang ganno, cool කරලා ඊට දානවා. ආයෙත් ගන්නවා cool කරලා ඊට දානවා. එහෙම දිගටම කරගෙන ගියොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? මෙයා cool වෙයි කියලා අන්තිමට freeze වෙනවනේ අපි. Then the cooling job has to be stop at a certain point. How the cooling, how can the AC decide this is the time I want to stop cooling? There is this. Right? So I said you that keep the temperature as 24 degrees of Celsius. This air conditioner is maintaining a temperature sensor. Will you agree with me? There's a temperature sensor. What it does is, it is keep on reading the room temperature. Now it releases cool air, then it keeps reading the room temperature. And if this room temperature reach 24, what is the decision by the air conditioner? To cool further or stop cooling job? Stop cooling job. You have seen that in the air conditioners, we have that outdoor unit. In the outdoor, we have a big fan and something is there. So this is the cooling unit, where it gives cool air, and whatever the air taken in, pumping there and bringing them likewise. Then cooling job continues means this outdoor unit is starting. You have seen that when you are walking outside buildings, suddenly these gadgets are starting humming likewise. You will get shocked even. Sometimes they are not working. But the internal air conditioning is working. So that is due to this process. We'll just learn that. Now, This temperature sensor is reading the temperature in the room. And is there any data to be handled by this air conditioning system? Is any data handled by the air conditioning system? හවුද නැද්ද? දැන් මම කියවනේ AC එක වැඩ කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා. කොහොමද වැඩ කරන්නේ? මේකෙන් කූල් එයා ගන්නවා. එළියට දානවා. කූල් කර කර දාන එකනේ කරන්නේ. તો දිගටම කූල් කර කර දානවද නැත්නම් at a certain point it will stop the cooling job. කොතින්ද stop කරන්නේ? temperature එක මෙතෙන් ආපුවාම. එතකොට මේ වැඩේ කරගෙන යද්දී මේ සිස්ටම් එකට data handle කරන්න ඕනද? මොකක්ද handle කරන data එක? temperature එකනේ, room temperature එකනේ. ඒක තමයි මෙයා handle කරන data එක. Now, what is done here? The room temperature at the moment is red. Say that now room temperature is somewhere like 30. Then the available computer inside the air conditioner, now this computer is called as embedded system. We'll learn them in the future. For the moment, we can say that computer. Inside that, there will be a small computer, decision-making part. That will read the room temperature, that will get the room temperature from the sensor. And then if it is 30, what is the decision by the computer? To keep cool or stop the cooling work. Keep cooling. Room temperature is higher than 24. And cool. So that this outdoor cooling unit is starting, working. And in the next minute, room temperature is red again. And that is reached as 29. Send that into the computer. What is the decision made? Keep cooling. So without stopping, it keeps cooling. Likewise, at a certain time, it comes with the room temperature as 25. Read it. What is the decision? Keep cooling. And then at a certain time, it came it as 24. Then what is the decision? To keep cooling or stop the cooling job. Then the outdoor unit will be switched off. Cooling job is not going on, but the cool air is taken and releasing it. Whatever the room air will be taken and that's going on. That's the point. Now, while it is in 24, the cooling unit is not working. Then after some time, due to the heat of the room and the surrounding, this increases in 25. What is that thing? Again, reading it, company will decide to turn on. Then this is going to be signaled to turn it on. Start cooling again. So this is what the operation is. Then I'm asking, is this complying with the data processing life cycle? Life cycle of data, is it? What is the life cycle of data? Creation, manipulating, removing. Is that happening here? Who creates data? Sensor. What is the manipulation? The specific data is the room temperature. That's the data that's the data to be created. Then after that, data has to be manipulated. Is there any manipulation going on? What is the manipulation? Based on the temperature read, makes the decision to turn on the cooling unit or turn off the cooling unit. It doesn't have a big complex calculation, unlike previous. Just the decision is made to turn on or off. Then based on that, it may do the work and then wait for the next cycle. Next cycle may be coming in 1 minute. So in every 1 minute, the sensor is keep the reading of the room, get the room temperature. And in the next minute, the system should be with the earlier temperature data or should not be with the earlier temperature data. Should not be any. Alert data has to be processed. And now the earlier temperature data has to be removed. And in the next minute, the new temperature value is read, send them to the computer, make the decision. And now, is this still complying with the data processing life cycle? You are clear. Right? So then this is the next idea. When it comes to the data processing life cycle, it is applied into most of the systems where they process data cyclically. Right? So in your level, whenever you are being given a new system, may not be the same examples I discussed here, you will be given a new one. Then you should have to understand what are the steps related to that scenario, what are the data that they handle, how they are being manipulated, how they are being removed, whether they are complying with the life cycle of data in it. Now you are clear? Right? So we like one another example here. Another example. There we like the air conditioner. The air conditioner the air conditioner is reading the room temperature. Air conditioner is reading the room temperature which is used to decide whether to turn on the outdoor cooling unit, or not to be turned on, to maintain the room temperature constant. Next point. Data creation is done by the temperature sensor. And it is manipulated by the computer. Fixed into the AC to make the decision to turn on or to turn off the cooling unit. And removing the current temperature from the system making it ready for the next set of data, making it ready for the next set of data. Right. Then I have added this picture into our WhatsApp group, right? Now, normally this is my pattern, most probably, whenever we have a drawing to be done in the class, I'm putting the photo into the group, then you can copy that later. Then one thing is it will save our time. Now in this mode, at this mode it's okay, right? We are just at the initial level, therefore fine. But in the future classes, I'm giving the pictures into the group. Then we can save our time rather than giving 5 minutes to draw this. We can draw that later. On the other way around, that will be a motivation for you people. Why? Once you go home, can you throw the book away, or should you open that during the week? Open the thing is, the images available in the group will be deleted in 1 week or 2 weeks. Week they give them, but you have to do that. Therefore, that will be a tricky work in mind for you to go through the notes again and again. And again, it will save our time. We can do a big job during the available time we have. Right? So then, therefore, as a practice, I have added this into the group. Then you can copy that later, leave space for the moment, and then we'll go to the next part. Correct? Then this is about the life cycle of data, how the data is going to be handled along with the systems once it is going to be iterated. Right. And then the other message for you people is next week, it's 19th. So London Bridge is closed on this day. Therefore, we don't do the class on 19th. And 26th, we are doing it. Right? Sometimes there are rumors. We don't know the real situation. 26th, the candy will be crowded due to this Dalda Maliga, what is that? This thing. But I don't think that කියන තරම් යකා කළු නෑ කියලා මට හිතෙනවා. හරි. එහෙම වුණොත් ඔය කියන විදිහට අපිට එන්නවත් බෑ, හෙල්ලෙන්නවත් බෑ, වාහනයක් යන්නවත් බැරි වුණොත් එහෙම නුවර වහන්න වෙනවනේ. අර කොරෝනා කාලේ වගේ. එහෙම වෙන්නේ නෑ කීයටවත්. හරි. ඒ කියන්නේ මම හිතන්නේ අපි කොහොමද අහලා පහල ඉන්න මිනිස්සුනේ යන්න එන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි. හරි. 26 කොහොමද ක්ලාස් එක කරනවා. You may come. Or else if you can't come, we'll see, right? Then ඔය 23 වෙනි පටන් ගන්න. 25, 26, 24, 25 වෙනකොට අපිට තේරෙනවා. What is the situation of the town? Hopefully, I don't think that it will be a worse thing as people are telling. කිසි කේස් එකක් නෑ අපිට වෙවිලා යන්න පුළුවන්. හරි. පොඩ්ඩක් ඩිලේ එකක් තියෙනවා. මේ දවස්වල තියෙනවා ඩිලේ. මෙහෙන් යන්න බෑ. ඒ ඩිලේ එක තියෙන්නේ. දැන් පුළුවන් නම් එදාට බැරි වෙන්න දෙයක් නෑ. ඊයරෙන්න වෙන මොකුත් නැති වෙයි මෙතන. බලමු. එතකොට ඊළඟ කතාව තමයි yes 26 if you can't come physically, at least join online to cover the session, right? Don't miss it. Right? එතකොට මේ දවස්වල ඇත්තටම මම අර හැමදාම කියනවා වගේ චුට්ට මම මේ කරන්නේ මහා ගොඩක් කරන්නේ නැහැ. To take you into the level, as well as there are many other people to come hopefully after this April, then to make the lessons quite compatible for them. I don't drag much more things, but for you people is an advantage. Why? I'm doing these things confirmly, slowly, so you don't want to revise this again. I think at the moment where we do in the class, the things are going into your head. I දඟලන්න දෙයක්වත් නැහැ. දැන් පරක්කු වෙන අයට වෙන සීන් එක තමයි ආයෙ රෙකෝඩින් බලන එක වෙන්නේත් නැහැ උන්ගේ. දැන් මේ ටික ගියොත් ගියාම තමයි. උන්වම සීන් එකක් වෙනවා. හරි. ඒක හන්දා, so my advice is if there are friends who have decided to do ICT or even the other subjects, ask them to start their sessions or their classes at the same time. If not, they are the losers. That's a problem, right? Then මෙහි විතරක් නෙවෙයි හැමතැනම classes පටන් ගන්න තියෙන්නේ. තවත් අපි පස්සට යනවා කියලා කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලෝ ඔය concepts වලින් lose වෙනවා. දැන් මගේ නම් recording තියෙනවා. හැබැයි මං හිතන්නේ නැහැ ඔය පරක්කල යනවුන් recording බලයි කියලා. ඔය පරක්කල යනකට උන් පහද්ද කම්මැලි set එකන්නේ. උන් ආයෙ ඔක බලන්නේ නැහැ කියනවා. බැලුවොත් හොඳයි. බලන්න නැත්නම් කෙලව ගන්නවා. එච්චරයි වෙන්නේ. හරි. ඒතර මගේ ක්ලාස් එකේ මෙහෙම හරි දිනවා. අනිත් ක්ලාස් වල සමහරව රෙකෝඩින් නැහැනේ. ඒතර ඒක ගියොත් ගියාම තමයි. හරි. ආයෙ තව කතාවක් ඒකත් මම කියලාම ඉන්නම්. දැන් මේ දවස්වල ගොඩක් අය පන්ති බලන්න යනවානේ. මනමාලිය බලන්න යනවා, පන්ති බලන්න යනවා. මම කියන්නේ ඒකත් ෆේලියර් සීන් එකක්. දැන් දැන් ඕගොල්ලෝ එහෙම නෑ අත්‍තරම දැන් ඕගොල්ලෝ මාත් එක්ක පළවෙනි දවස් දෙකේම හිටපු කට්ටිය. ඕගොල්ලෝ බ්ලේම් කරනවානේ මම නිකන් කියන්නේ. ඕගොල්ලොත් ඒ වැඩේ කරනවා නම් කරන්න එපා කියලා මම මේ කියන්නේ. එකක් තමයි දැන් අපි පන්ති බලන්න යනවා කියලා මොකද කරන්නේ? යන්නේ සර්ව චෙක් කරන්නනේ. අපි මෙන්ටැලිටි වෙනස්. හරි මූ චෙක් කරන්න මං යන්නේ. උඹ උගන්වන්නකෝ මං බලන්න හොඳට උගන්වනවාද කියලා. එතකොට එතෙන්දී you don't learn anything, right? You are going into the seat and check what are the wrongs that person is doing. මූ වැරද්දක් කරොත් එහෙම ඕන් දෙක අරකට ගාන හදා ගන්න වෙනවා. ඕක හොඳ නැහැ. හරියන්නේ. ඒ ගාන වැරද්දුවා ඒ වෙලාවේ. සමහරවිට දැන් මම නෙවෙයි කවුරු හරි වුණත් ඉලක්කම් දෙකක් එකතු කරද්දි වැරදි වෙන්න පුළුවන් මිනිහෙකුට. මේක මං දානවා 16යි කියලා. වැරද්දද මේ බෝඩ් එකේ ඒ ගාන වැරද්දුවා නම් ඕක කොහොම වැරදි කරයිද? බෑ. පාස් එකට යන්න. සමහරවිට ඒ මෑන් වෙන්නේ නැති ළමයාව හොඳට ගයිඩ් කරන්න ඒ ලෙවල් වලට. හරි. ඒකන මේ වෙලාවේ අපි ඔය ක්ලාස් බලන්න යනවා කියන concept එකෙන් ගියොත් ගොඩක් වෙලාවට you may lose the best class in the town. ඕක වෙනවා. හරි. ඊට පස්සේ අන්තිමේදී කොහේ හරි ගිහිල්ලා ඔය එකට සෙට් වෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ මාස 6ක් හතක් ගිහිල්ලා ඉස්කෝලේදීත් කතා වෙලා ටර්ම් ටෙස්ට් කෙලවගෙන ඊට පස්සේ තේරුම් ගන්නවා අර මෑන් තමයි හරි කියලා ඔන්න ආයෙනවා එතෙන්. ඒ වෙනකොට කෝච් එක ගිහිල්ලා. හරි. ඒකන්ද ක්ලාස් තෝරන්න අර චෙකින් පීරියඩ් එකට යන්න එපා. ඒකට දෙන හොඳම ගයිඩ්ලයින් එක තමයි go for your seniors. හරි. සීනියර්ස් ලාගෙන් අහන්න. කලින් බැච් එකේ කට්ටිය ඉන්නවනේ හිතවත් ඉන්නවනේ ඉස්කෝලේ. එහෙම නැත්නම් රිලේෂන්ස් ලා ඉන්නවා. කලින් අයියලා අක්කලා ඉන්නවා කරපියු. උන්ගේ සබ්ජෙක්ට් එක ඔයා කරන සබ්ජෙක්ට් එක දැන් මැත්ස් කරනවා නම් මේ ICT කරනවා නම් එන්නම් accounting කරනවා නම් ඒගොල්ලන්ගෙන් අහන්න. ඒගොල්ලෝ දැන් අවුරුදු දෙකක් පදන් වෙලා ඉන්නේ මේකේ. ඒගොල්ලෝත් ඔය පරිප්පුව කාලේ අර ක්ලාස් එකට ඉස්සරවම ගියා ඊළඟ ක්ලාස් එකේ මේකට ගියා ආයෙ මෙහෙ ගියා අන්තිම වෙනකොට තමයි තීරුනේ මෙතෙන් ගියා නම් හොඳයි කියලා. ඕක තමයි හොඳම රිෆරන්ස් එක. නැත්නම් ඕගොල්ලෝ චෙක් කරන්න බෑ මේ වෙලාවේ. අනිත් එක තමයි දැන් ඉනිෂියල් ලෙවල් එකේ දැන් මේ වෙලාවේනේ. දැන් මේ වෙලාවේ මම මේ කරන්නේ data information. ඉතින් ඕක සමහර ළමයෙකුට බෝරින් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් සබ්ජෙක්ට් එක බෝරින් මේ ටොපික් එක බෝරින් නම් ඇවිල්ලා කියන අඩ ඒක කරන්නේවත් බෝරින් බං මට තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ බෝරින්. ඕක හරියන්නේ. හැබැයි මීට වැඩි සබ්ජෙක්ට්ස් තියෙනවා. මේකේ ලකුණු එකක්වත් වෙන්නේ නැහැ සමහරවිට පේපර් එකකට. ICT සබ්ජෙක්ට් එකේ තව database web development ඊට පස්සේ Python ඔය තියෙන හැන ගොඩක්. ඒ ටික කරද්දි බලන්න ඕනේ එහෙම. හරි. ඒකන්ද දවසක් දෙකක් පන්තිකට ගිහිල්ලා සර් හොඳයි කියලා බලන්න බෑ. බලන්න පුළුවන් whatever the master is telling you is compatible with you. එයා ඔයාගේ track එකේ ඉන්නවද කියලා බලන්න පුළුවන් සමහරවිට. ඒ ඇරෙන්න you can't get any other information by checking the classes. checking කියන එක හරියන්නේ නැහැ. check කරන වැඩේ කරන්න පුළුවන් YouTube වල. දැන් මේසල සර්ලගේ වීඩියෝස් ඔක්කොම YouTube වල තියෙනවානේ. අන්න ඒකෙන් check කරගන්නකො. ඒකත් එකයි පන්තිට ගියත් එකයි. හොඳම දේ තමයි ඇඩ්වයිස් ගන්න. කවුද හොඳම වැඩේ කරේ? මොකද්ද මෙයාගේ දෙන weakness? මොකද්ද මෙයාගේ දෙන හොඳ තැන්? හරි. මම හිතන විදිහට මොන සර්වත් 100%ක් හොඳ වෙන්න විදිහක් නැහැ. including myself. මමවත් 100%ක් හොඳ නැහැ. මොනවා හරි මගේ අඩුපාඩු තියෙනවා. නැති වෙන්න විදිහක් නැහැ. හරි. එතකොට කවුරුණත් 100%ක් හරි නැහැ. එතකොට ඔයගොල්ලෝ එහෙම කෙනෙක් හොයන්න බෑ කියනවා. මිනිස්සුනේ අපි. ඒකහන්දා ඒ වැඩේ කරන්න එපා. අනිත් අයට මම ඔය කියන්නේ ඕක බලන්න යනවා කියලා කියන්නේ උන් නිකන් පරිප්පුවක් කන එක විතරයි කරන්නේ. හරි. Then I will go to the next part. The other point called as big data. Another variant of data. What is big data? Big data is study data. How can the data is going to be big? Earlier we said about temperature sensor will read them. Then the item code is a data. Unit price is a data. Number of children in the class is a data. So there are various types of data there. Then among them we define another one called as big data. What is that? Simply this has some features focusing on to large. Big is that large. But that large is in wide varieties. If the data are going to be in large quantities, large volumes, that's one feature to make it as big data. Big data කියන්න එක හේතුවක් තමයි the data should be available in huge bulk, large volume of data there. Then that's going to be a big data. Not only that, there are many other features expected into that. We'll see what they are. Now, practically, I'm telling you that in your school, right, So at the end of the term, the specific grade, say that there are 50 students in a class, then there are 4 classes. Then altogether 200 students are there in a certain grade. Then after a term test, they are, or after an year, they'll find the prices of each subject. Maths price, then ICT price, science price will be given for the top person of all the 200 people. Then when you consider the term test marks in a grade, what about the number of data handled by the school at that moment? There are 200 students. One student may sit for 9 subjects and giving marks. And altogether, how many data items are there? This into 9, 1,800 data items are available. Am I correct? Correct? Okay. Then is this treated as big data or not? Is this a big amount of data? ඕන ඉස්සලා AC එකේ තිබ්බ එක item එකයි මොකද්ද sales count එකේ තිබ්බ එක item එකයි but this is having 1,800. Is this going to be treated as big data then? No. 1,800 quantities not big at all. ඒක තඩි නෑ. So not only that, if it is to be big data, I said that not only the volume, we need to consider some other factors as well. On the big. So this is no longer a big data. Then what are features? What are the places where the big data is handled? I'll just go to example here. Right. Then one such example is, we people know well about Google Maps, do we? What is it doing? Google Map giving you directions and you can see places online, the shops, petrol sheds, hotels, you can check them. And using Google Map, can't you find a pathway to reach a destination? Possible. And when you say that now we are in Kandy, I want to go to say that Kurunagal, whatever the place. Then it will guide me. This one, there we have junctions, turn left, turn right, likewise it shows you. And at the same time, won't it show you the traffic level as well? In red color. If there's a traffic at that place, they'll indicate that. And sometimes they'll give you the estimated delay due to the traffic at the moment. Are these values believable for you or unbelievable? Are they correct or wrong? According to your experience, if the Google Map says that there's a traffic somewhere here, will there be traffic or not? It is. That's our experience, right? Sure. Then my problem is, how can Google know that this place is heavy with traffic? Google කොහොමද දන්නේ මෙතන traffic තියෙනවා කියලා? අපිවත් දන්නේ නැති කොට. කොහොමද Google දන්නගන්නේ? Are there employees appointed by Google standing on the roads to indicate the traffic level? එහෙම දෙනවා නම් අපිත් ඒ රස්සාවට ගියා නම් හරිනේ. ඩොලර්ස් වලින් සල්ලි පඩි ගවන්න Google නේ. එන්නලා කියනවා දැන් traffic දැන් නැහැ දැන් traffic එකේ දාන්නයි තියෙන්නේ. මම කොහොමද traffic කියලා අඳුරගන්නේ? ඒකයි මගේ මේවා අර background එක හදන්නේ නැහැ foundation එක හදන්නේ. කොහොමද හොයාගන්නේ? When people are using the Google applications, now all of us are using smartphones, then to activate this Android system, should we inform a Google account into the system? අපි Android phone එක use කරද්දී ඔකට Google account එක configure කරන්න එපා. That means Google read details from my phone. Then when you turn on location, that means GPS, the Google people can read your location. The thing is, you have given legal permission for them as well. ඒ කොයි වෙලාවෙද? ඔය එක එක apps අපි install කරද්දී අර තියෙනවද allow access key එකේ තියෙන්නේ. මොකද කරන්නේ? That is giving the legal permission for them to use your GPS data, for them to use your keyboard, microphone. Okay, ඔක්කොටම අපි legally permission දෙනවා. උන්ට ඕන විදිහට අපිව use කරන්න පුළුවන්. නඩු දාන්නවත් බෑ. හරි. ඒතර Google වලට දෙනකොට අපි අපේ location එක උන්ට දීලා ඉවරයි. උන් ඒව use කරනවා. උන් මොකද කරන්නේ? They will read the location. Now, this is a Google server. හරි. Now Google server is keep reading the location data. Along with the roads, they'll keep recording them. As an example, now at the moment I have a smartphone. Then my location is read by Google. Hurry. In the next minute, my location is read again. In the next minute, it reads my location. Even your phones. Location, minute, hurry, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. Minute by minute, 2 minutes by 2 minutes, they'll read it. The Google people will analyze those GPS data focusing onto a specific road. GPS data අරගෙන analyze කරනවා මේ road එකට ගැලපෙන GPS data මොනවද කියලා. Then there are people who are traveling along with the road. Can't they identify the GPS data where they are using that particular road? කොහොමද ඒක හොයාගන්නේ? Google will have big algorithms, will programs to identify similar GPS data changing. එකම පාරේ යනවා නම් ඒ GPS data එක එකම විදිහට change වෙනවා නේද? They are having a flow. වගේ AI patterns දාලා ඒගොල්ලෝ හොයාගන්නවා. ඊට පස්සේ if there's a traffic, all these GPS data will get stuck during that time interval. Google will read it. And now they will detect that since majority of the GPS data are stucking at the place, that should be a traffic during that place. Do you understand that? ඔන්නෝම ඒගොල්ලෝ traffic analyze කරගන්න. By reading the GPS data of the Google users, they'll decide this place has traffic. Then as a Google user, I can check whether we have traffic or not. ඒක තමයි. Now, think of the Google server's point of view. At a certain time, at this moment, how much of GPS data are read by the Google system? මේ වෙලාවේදී GPS data කීයක් විතර ඌ read කරගන්නවද? 1800 or millions or billions? Billions of data collected, right? Hey, මේ වෙලාවේදී මේ කුරුණෑගල කැන්ඩි රෝඩ් එකේ විතර දෙයා data read කරන්නේ? Even my phone, your phone, even some other countries, how many Android applications are there to read the GPS data? ඔක්කොම ටික read කරගන්නවා. Whatever the time interval they read it. Annually or hourly, minute by minute. Minute by minute, the data will be read. Now, can you understand what big data is then? Anna tadi data කියනවා. Me average marks, school data, nothing. Even if you consider all the data in our school, that's not going to be big data. You understand that? Even big නෙවෙයි. මෙතන data 20000ක්, 50000ක්, ලක්ෂයක්, no issue. But these are in billions of data, so they will have a huge volume of data. If you go to the storage, they may cover more than terabytes of spaces. Not only that, to make the data as big, one feature is it has to be a higher volume of data. Huge volume has to be there. Parallel to that, the data should be changed very quickly. I said that by minute they keep updating data. Then අපේ term test marks කොහොමද update වෙන්නේ? Minute by minute that once in a term. Is that quick? Yeah. Data has to be changed very quickly, very rapidly. That's another feature of big data. Likewise, there are 5 features of big data in our ICT field. If all those features are followed, we call them as big data. So the 5 features are represented using 5 V's. All the words are started from V. We'll see. The features ඔක්කොම follow කරනවා නම් ඒකට අපි කියනවා big data කියලා. Other than that, whatever the rest of the data are no longer big data. So one purpose is big data will keep huge volume of data. That's one feature only. There are many other features. We'll see. They are different than the normal data. But still, are they raw or processed? Big data can raw ඒවද නැත්නම් processed? Big data. Again. Big data. Data raw. එහෙනම් මේකත් raw වෙන්න ඕන. not a result. හරිනේ. GPS data read. GPS data කියන්නේ processed rawද? Raw. My location will be read by themselves. That's going to be raw. No issue. Right. Then we write the next big topic, big data. They will write big data. They will write is a specialized big data is a specialized set of data is a specialized set of data having more powerful features than the ordinary data. Than the ordinary data. Next point. Generally, big data must be of large volume, capacity, within brackets, right? Within brackets, in TB, terabytes, we learn these values in TB, in PB, petabytes, of size. Terabytes, petabytes, likewise. Next point. The specific data must be updated, changed, very quickly, such as in seconds, in minutes, when compared to ordinary data. Example, Google system is collecting, location data, within brackets say GPS. Google system is collecting location data, within brackets say GPS, continuously from all their users from around the world. From around the world. Which are being used from around the world, which are being used to prepare, calculate the traffic level, and many other information, to be delivered, to the users. Next point, still another example, the Google thing, right? We'll write further. This handles millions, billions of data. This handles millions, billions of data. This handles millions, billions of data. While they are updating, changing in very short time intervals, such as in seconds, minutes. In seconds, minutes. Right. Next point. There are outside example, right? There are 5 main features. There are 5 main features of big data. Within brackets, we write 5 V's of big data. There are 5 features, 5 main features, or 5 V's of big data. Right. Then, since there are 5 features to be told one after the other, I thought of shifting this into the next week, right? It's a set name. Then I will cover them. Otherwise, if I start it, it will take time. And on the other way around, today is a poor day. Sometimes traveling issues and many things are there. Then to settle all of them, I'll wind up the session for the day. And then hope what we did today still fine for you, especially the big data thing. The concept is small, but I lay you a big platform to you, right? The air conditioning thing, how the sensor works, and even the GPS data, how they are handling. Likewise, open you or simply taking you into the world of ICT. That's the intention of the first chapter to be covered. Right? Right, then I'll stop here. And as we planned, tomorrow, next week, we don't have class. Week of next, we'll meet to complete the big data concept further. Right, you can go now for the right. Right.